Hello, welcome to another episode of Arthritis and You, A Joint Journey. Today, we've got something special lined up, so buckle up because it's time for the deep dive. Let's give a warm welcome to our hosts, Arthur and Sarah.
All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Always exciting to be back.
I know, right? And today we're tackling something that I know a lot of people out there have questions about. We're going to be talking about ANA tests.
ANA, yeah.
And specifically,
The topic.
what it means when you get a positive result back.
Yeah.
I think this is something that can be really confusing for people because
absolutely.
it's a common test.
Very, very common test.
But the results can be kind of scary because, what does it even mean?
Yeah, it's a lot of jargon.
So we are going to be breaking down kind of what this all means.
Yeah.
And we're going to be pulling from a rheumatologist on YouTube who kind of broke this down in a nice, simple way.
Excellent. I'm excited to hear this.
So one of the things that I think is really interesting about this is that most positive ANA tests don't actually mean anything too serious.
That's right, yeah. Like, if you were to look at the statistics, it's something like 1 in 10 people, if they have this test, will test positive.
Wow.
But of those 1 in 10 people, very, very few actually have a condition that's related to that.
So it's kind of like a false positive situation.
Exactly. It's not a guarantee. So if you get that positive result back, don't
freak out.
Don't freak out. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have something that's, going to cause some kind of problem.
Okay, so let's back up for a sec.
Okay.
What is an ANA? What are we even talking about? What are these antibodies?
So ANA stands for antinuclear antibody.
Okay.
So an antibody is something that your body produces, your immune system produces it, but instead of attacking like a virus or bacteria or something that's foreign, it attacks something in the nucleus of your cells.
So it's like, it's supposed to be defending us.
Right, exactly.
But it's attacking us.
Yeah, it's like friendly fire.
Okay, and what's the nucleus?
So the nucleus of the cell, you can kind of think of it as the control center, like the brain of the cell.
Okay.
And it has all the instructions for how your cells are supposed to function.
So the ANA antibodies are going after that control center.
Exactly.
Right.
And that can lead to the symptoms that you see in a lot of these autoimmune diseases.
So, you mentioned that false positives are really common with these tests.
Right.
Why is that?
Well, there's a lot of different things that can cause your body to produce these ANA antibodies.
Okay.
Even if you don't have an autoimmune disease.
Okay.
So you could have, let's say, an infection, or you could have another medical condition, or be on certain medications. Even your age, like older people tend to have positive ANA tests even if they don't have anything else going on.
So if I get a cold...
Yeah, exactly.
I could get a positive ANA test.
It's possible.
Oh, wow.
And so that's why it's so important to look at the ANA test. Yeah.
In the context of your overall health.
Okay.
What other symptoms do you have going on? What's your medical history like?
Okay, so I feel like when people hear ANA, they automatically jump to, lupus.
Oh, definitely.
Is that the main thing to be concerned about?
So lupus is definitely the most common rheumatic disease that's associated with ANA.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean if you have a positive ANA that you have lupus, right? There are plenty of people who have positive ANA who don't have lupus.
Gotcha.
And even if you do have lupus, there are other symptoms and tests that are needed to confirm that.
So it's not just you have a positive ANA.
Exactly. Not a one-to-one.
Lupus.
Not at all. The rheumatologist in the video had this really interesting visual. He said, imagine there are 200 people who have positive ANA results.
Okay.
Statistically, only one of those 200 people are likely to have lupus.
Wow.
So it really puts it into perspective.
Yeah.
It's not as
scary
as it sounds.
Okay, so someone's listening right now.
Yeah.
And they just got a positive ANA result back.
Yeah.
And they're freaking out. Mm-hmm. What's the first thing they should do?
Don't panic.
Don't panic.
Knowledge is power. Talk to your doctor.
Okay.
Your doctor will take a detailed medical history. They'll do a physical exam. They'll probably order some additional tests. And they'll look at the whole picture.
Yeah.
And figure out what's going on.
It's not just this one data point.
It's not just one data point, right?
Like a whole puzzle that you're trying to put together.
Exactly.
Well, I feel much better about ANA tests now.
Me too. I think it's reassuring to know that it's not as straightforward as it might sound at first.
Yeah.
And it's good to know that you're not alone.
Yeah.
A lot of people go through this and
Get that positive result. And it's not necessarily anything serious.
yeah, this has been really, really insightful. But I think it kind of makes you wonder if all these false positives are so common.
Yeah.
Why is this even a test that's so widely used?
Why are we even doing this?
Why are we even doing this?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
And, medicine's always evolving.
Yeah.
And things that maybe were standard practice, a while back might be reevaluated as we learn more.
Yeah.
So, that's something to think about.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Well,
we're going to leave that with our listeners
absolutely.
to ponder today.
Yeah.
But, if you're dealing with this, we hope that this episode has been helpful for you.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
This has been another episode of Arthritis and You, A Joint Journey, brought to you by the Rheum team from albertarheumatology.com, your trusted evidence-based suite of resources available 24/7. Straight from Alberta, but for folks around the world. Our hosts today, Arthritis and Sarah Upis, technical producer, John Ifa, and our executive producer, Stephen Cates. While we work hard to maintain the accuracy of our information, we accept no legal responsibility for any errors or omissions. Remember, always check with your own physician first. Join us next time for another Deep Dive.